I did my project on Saturday morning cartoons, which I grew up on. We'd always go get our milk and cereal and sit in front of the TV and just watch cartoons all morning long. So it was really big in the mid 1960s to the mid 1990s. It rose to its prominence, though, during the 1980s. Saturday morning cartoons were positive because they can teach positive skills. They can teach them speaking diligently and control their temperament and how to respect their elders. Is all stuff that cartoons taught us when we were younger. The negative side of the cartoons is that it can teach the kid not to respect their cultures or beliefs because of what they see on the television show. But when it comes to cartoons, the brain changes the negative lifestyle into like a copycat behavior because they saw like the Captain America on TV wrestling somebody, so they want to go do that. Or they saw Spider-Man climbing up a wall and they want to go do that, which is not the best thing to be doing to keep us safe, but they do learn it from TV and they try to transfer the behavior to everyday life. Cartoons is effectively used in the upbringing of the child. It has a great influence on the formation of the child's worldview, thinking, and the notion of the standards of good and bad behavior. Because back then, cartoons did teach, they taught the kid did what was bad, but then they learned the lesson from it and changed their behavior because they realized they didn't want to do what was bad. This results in not having any guidance for assessing their actions. So they see it on TV, they think it's cool, and so if they're not told, hey, we don't do that here, or hey, we don't do that to our friends because it hurts our friends, they'll learn on TV what it can do to the child. And it can negatively affect the internal state of the child. The 5 ways that cartoons are good for child development are imparting lessons about life. They teach us, hey, this may happen, but this is how you need to handle the situation. Exposing children to people and places beyond their day-to-day activities. They can see a cartoon of characters over in China and their culture and how they do stuff, or in a whole nother country. Or the kids over in China see what we do over here in America. And they just learn about different aspects of different cultures. It also sparks creativity because kids may want to learn how to draw. Because sometimes they'll show you how to draw a cartoon or how to do this in your everyday life or how to this, and they all want to learn how to do it. It also promotes healthy lifestyles because they see the famous person eating something or eating apples or eating grapes because fruit's good for you and it helps you become strong, and they want to do that, which is a positive side of the cartoons. And they also provide an outlet for play. It shows them how they can play and how they can do different things to help them become physically fit or physically able to do what they need to do to help people along. It also teach them how to laugh, just to have fun and find something funny. Because everything sometimes today is so serious and they just want their out way of just being silly for a while. But also during World War II, the cartoons were considered propaganda. And the American government actually reached out to Walt Disney to create 32 anti-Nazi cartoons in 1943. So, in honor of my favorite cartoon growing up, the Jetsons, which we thought by now we'd be flying around in cars and just transporting really easily to one place to the other. And some people watch me living in outer space. That we're going to make what we call astronaut pudding. And this can be an easy class activity for early childhood development, and the kids can participate and have fun and get to get a little messy while they want to. But so below in this video is going to be the attachment for the recipe, but I'm going to show you all the ingredients you need. First, you'll need a little Ziploc baggie to put all their ingredients inside of. And then you will need some dry milk. I pick Carnation dry milk to use. And then you also need a box of pudding. I chose vanilla pudding. You can choose chocolate pudding or whatever kind of pudding you would like. You will also need measuring spoons to measure the different ingredients. And you also need a half a cup of water to use for this recipe. So first you are going to take the tablespoon and you're going to get 1 tablespoon of the dry pudding. Right here, and you pour it into the bag. And then along with that, you also get 2 teaspoons of the dry pudding and also put it into the bag. And then you're going to do the same thing with the powdered milk. You're going to take 1 tablespoon of the powdered milk and put it in the bag. And then 2 tablespoons of the powdered milk also. And then this is how the astronauts get the, when it's delivered to them to go up into space with, this is how it comes to them when it's sent to NASA. And so you're going to mix this together really well. Mix it all together. Really, really well. And then, once it's all mixed together and they got it all together, you're going to take the water and you're going to spit just a little bit below the 1/2 and you're going to pour it in the bag with it. Just like that. And then you take the bag, seal it really, really well, especially for the kids because we know we don't want messes. And then you just mushing it, and you rub, 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 rub. Make sure, you may want to go back and make sure all the air's out of it for the kids because there's some air in this. Get all the air out. And then you mush it, and play until it becomes to the consistency of pudding, which could take about 5 minutes. And you just squish it until, like I said, until it becomes the consistency of the pudding. And then once it gets to the consistency of the pudding that you would like you gotta do this astronaut style, you cut the corner and you just drink it out of the side of the package. Just like that is how they do it in outer space. So, that is my how-to. And I hope that maybe sometime y'all will just grab a bowl of cereal and sit down in front of the TV and just watch some Saturday morning cartoons and be a little kid. Because I know I enjoyed growing up on it. So, like I said, the recipe will be attached. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.